Hello everyone, and it's your man Demon Overlord, and I'm coming at you with a video today. Today it is an unboxing and review of the miniatures and stuff I happened to get from my most recent miniature market purchase. So first off, we're going to start with the Reaper miniatures, or the Bones minis. First up, we have the Reaper Bones Black, Crocodile Man, as I'm kind of just calling him. His name is Torlin. He is part of the new Reaper Bones Black line, and as you can see, comes with a nice base here. He should be a really nice, fun miniature to paint. I just grabbed him because I do need more lizard folk type creatures and lizard folk like villagers, so he'll make a nice like big guard for this village or something. Really nice. I like these like one solid piece. Really good there. Oh, cool. He will sit up on his own. That's awesome. Didn't know they'd do that. Another one is from the Bones. It is actually one of the harder to get because they always seem to be out of like stock everywhere I seem to look. But I happen to get the Maggot Crown Bone Sack. I kind of see this guy or view him as one of the Devour minis, like a version of that, with a nice big hole in the chest there where he can eat you through. Not sure if it's a female model or a male. I'm not 100% certain, but it does come with its own Reaper base, so that's an advantage. It will come with a proper base for it. It should paint up and do pretty good after I'm done with it. I mean, this thing is going to be another terrifying undead, and if you've seen any of my older videos, this will be a nice addition to that type of horrible, horrible things you can come across. And as you see, that is my Draconomicon in the background there. If you've watched my earlier video of my last brick unboxing, you would remember that was the newest book I got from Preferred Gaming and Trade. But right now we're doing miniature market. So as I continue, this one is, I think, the second print of the Bones line. I know the first ones get really white, and this one happens to be a more grayer one, so I think it's actually a little bit more of a sturdy Bones. It's not a Bones Black, but it is a Darkhaven Bones. I think it's second print Lich. And I mostly grabbed a Lich because I thought, I need a Lich. I don't have one yet. And getting the miniatures for them is super expensive when I can just do my own paint job and make a really good looking one. And yes, I do some terrain around here for scaling. I mean, obviously, they're not coming out of the box. This one's from a line I don't really know, I've never heard of. Numenera Miniatures. I don't know where that's out of. Obviously, still Reaper. That's like that Monty Cook thing on the back there. I'm not really sure, but I mean, I got this because I thought it would be a nice, cool bird monster to have in the game. Maybe a mount for a character or something at some point. Really cool. Kind of reminds me of like a chocobo, except for like the mouth, the tongue there. It's got like a little bit of a split lip, as you can see. And this is actually the older plastic style for most bone stuff. Is like, as you see, that really white material. So it's not really dark, and probably it's a little more flexible, but it bends a little easier. But you know what? That's not a problem with this type mini. Should be a really nice mini. Be really cool, like a birdish lizard creature. Nice mount / possibly an enemy for the group to face. And next up, we have another Bones Black mini, and it is one of the newer ones. It is the Giant Frogs. And I must say, compared to the Giant Frogs of old, these are definitely a large class Giant Frog, as they're too big to really fit on a medium base. So if I do base them, which I probably will, I'm probably going to put them on large bases, because these are some big Giant Frogs. Like, these are bullfrog, like, giant frogs versus the other ones. Which is really cool, because that makes them even more terrifying than the other ones. Could also be great stand-ins for giant toads as well. If you wanted some good giant toads, with their bumpy exterior like that, they could work for either or. So, really cool. Let's see if I can make this fit there. Damn it. So here's the Maggot Bone Sack. It doesn't really sit one side. It's a little case there. And now we're going to get to the regular minis. So these are just loose minis I happen to get from the older D&D sets, that came out. So first, we're going to go with the Undead one. This is the Corruption Corpse. There we go. And Corruption. And I would see more of like a corpse that when, like, upon hitting with melee attacks or anything, you have a chance of getting like a necrosis or some type of horrible affliction. Actually, he won't climb the bridge. He's not like that. So, nice little regular undead. Next up, we have the Brass Samurai. Now, if you've ever seen my older video, I did get a Red Samurai mini from Miniature Market. And I thought I might as well just kind of try and get some of the set, since they are like a group type deal. And this is the Brass Samurai to go with the red. Nice warrior girl here. She must be like a fighter class samurai, since she's got 2 weapons. Or she could be maybe a rogue. I think rogues can also do wield, so she could be like that. And then on top of that, we have I believe if the medals are like a sign of how good they are, he's probably lower class than her, but we have the Copper Samurai. Uncertain if it's male or female. I mean, the sculpts are 100%, on these older minis. Some of them are hard to tell, but we got a nice little bow there in one hand and a nice sword there, so a nice running also, so it's a nice dynamic pose. And then we got the one I really was looking forward to getting. I mean, he just reminds me of a certain character, which I will mention in a second. We have the Axe Soldier. As you can see, he's very simple, like knight with an axe. He's very simple, and he is a common mini, but like it's really hard to get him, though. They don't really seem to be in stock that often, so I thought, what the heck, I'll grab one of him. He could be a cool PC as well. Like, be this nice soldier character. And the advantage to him is he actually reminds me of Goblin Slayer, if anyone's seen it, the new anime Goblin Slayer, or read the manga. He just reminds me of that with that whole armored style. And he kind of has that like presence where he's like, I'm going to kill you type presence, but really cool. I just thought he'd be a great PC maybe in the future if I want to play a human. I could use him so that way I don't feel so bored playing just a human when there's tons of races out there. And now for something brand new. It's so new, my bro doesn't even know about it. He didn't know it even came out. It is the Monsters and Creatures Dungeons & Dragons A Young Adventure's Guide. Now, he didn't know this even came out because he even has a thing that's supposed to alert him when new Dungeons & Dragons books come out. And it has, and it's like a creature's guide. It's kind of not so much like a monster manual. It describes to someone how, like, an adventurer would take on these creatures and fight them. Like, it even speaks to people, like, specifically. Let me see if I can find a good sentence here. Where, like, it looks like it's talking to people. Like, oh, here you go. Like, here's this. Like, don't do this. Do this. Fight magic with magic. These, like, interesting little quips that are obviously meant to be talking to you. And, like, you have, like, these little, what tell you what each eye does. Like, so you can identify. You would be able to learn about these creatures. Like, again, here's another creature, the Carrion Crawler. And let's see if I can find it in here. And, of course, we're going to bring up one of my favorite creatures, the Red Dragon. I mean, as you can see, just awesome abilities and stuff mentioned. You got cool, nice artwork. Very nice book. I definitely am keeping this next to me when I play the game because, it's really useful. It also can, like, tell the DM stuff as well as a player if they want to read through it. So, I mean, like, and apparently this is a book, like, similar to the other books that you could actually make your characters buy in game. This could be a character. Monsters and Creatures, A Young Adventure's Guide. You could actually have characters in the game buy this. And it could be an item that you might say, okay, we'll hand that over to this player because he now has this so he can look up those creatures. So that's it there. I mean, like, another book you could also have, like in the game, A Practical Guide to Dragons. Books like this that actually talk to the reader. Those kind of books are always nice to have just around. So that's all I got here for my Miniature Mart, guys. A really quick video. The book here is awesome. I love the minis. I like the Reaper Bones there. They're going to be fun to paint. And if you want to check out my Twitter page on 01 Berserker, that's where I'll be posting pictures of them being done. So I post not just those minis, but other minis I've gotten and done and painted. So, check it out there. And also, guys, if you want to get a hold of me about our podcast, which is The Dice and Dummies, we are on iTunes and stuff. Please leave us a review and subscribe if you want to subscribe. Also, leave a like and subscribe at the bottom there, and ring that bell if you want to be alerted to my newer videos when they come out. That's all I got for you today, guys. Bye-bye.